I was going to make a flying pig soap lard base with these three modes, tall and narrow. But I'm instead going to use this mode and do it in singles instead of a triple batch because, yeah, I have a couple of issues and lifting up 8 pounds of soap at one time is, well, actually it's more than that. 8 pounds of lard at one time, and then adding the lye water to it will give me a total of 15 pounds of soap that I can't lift easily by myself. So I figure if I do one 64-ounce batch, then do one 64-ounce batch, and do it in singles, that'd be more manageable for me. So we're going to go with this mode with the silicone liner, not worry about this mode. This mode is actually 72 ounces. This is 64 ounces. We're going to put this away and go with this one. People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People of 7 on Blue Sky and YouTube. People elsewhere on the internet. My soaps located at purplebutterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. My blog, purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. And today I am fin to make the flying pig soap. I was going to make a triple batch, then I thought a double batch, and basically I went to get the supplies. This was 9 pounds of lard, and that was heavy for me to pick up. And then it occurred to me, because that would make 15 pounds of soap, that after I added the lye water and everything to it, even though I'm separating it between four tall skinny modes, that would be a little much for me to pick up and manage and carry and all that, specifically since I have a disability that causes me a lack of tonality. So I figure I'll just go simpler, make a 4-pound batch or a 64-ounce batch, and then repeat tomorrow. So yeah, because when I make a regular batch of soap, my bag be getting tight right through the middle, and I'm already in pain. So yeah, make things easier on myself, still come up with the amount of product I need, and everything's golden. Excuse me. In the meantime, we're doing things a little differently. Here I have my lard, that's 3 pounds. The scent is Maple Glazed Bacon. Yeah. It smells amazing. It's not the usual bacon scent I get, but it'll do. This is spicy tomato. Isn't that pretty? It's going to be the bacon in the flying pig soap. This is the water. It's not mixed with the lye yet, because I'm going to put that in when I start. This is going to be a heat transfer method. What that means is I'm going to mix up the lye water. It's going to reach a temperature of 210 degrees. I'm going to pour that into the lard and very slowly break it up and stir it up. That will melt the lard, so that way I don't have to melt it in the microwave or on the stove. I can literally just get started immediately. Now, I might take the time to wait for it to cool down before I saponify it, but that's what the heat transfer method is for. It helps melt your oils and your butters like right now instead of waiting to melt it separately and then put it together. Since this is only going to have one added color, I don't have to worry about, messing up my swirls or anything, because it's going to be an in the pot swirl. Basically, I'm going to fill this up, put the color in it, put that in the batch in 4 different locations, give it a single stir, and then pour that directly into the mold. And it'll be a soap that when I cut into it, will already have the swirls going through it. And since the natural color of the soap is going to discolor to a light tan, and then we have the spicy tomato red, it's going to look like bacon when it's all said and done. That's why it's called the Flying Pig soap. And it has a lard base. And there's a marathon that's done every year in the city of Cincinnati called the Flying Pig Marathon on May the 2nd to May the 4th. And that's why I make this particular soap. Usually I make it with a bacon scent that smells exactly like bacon. This time it's going to be the glazed maple bacon scent. And hopefully it will be a done deal. Usually I don't even list this soap because I usually sell out of it before I can list it. And when I was telling somebody about it, they said, oh, but I want one of those. So what I'm going to do this time, and if it rains, I'm not going to do the Flying Pig because I'm not going to be out in the rain. I mean, these runners run rain or shine, but I'm not going to be out in the rain trying to sell soap. So if it rains or if I don't sell out of it, then those soaps will get listed along with the second batch. So yeah, either way, there will be a listing for the Flying Pig this year on my Shopify. So let's get this started, shall we? I need my long spoon for this. And I'm going to need my strainer. Protection. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing that exactly backwards. And goes the lye into the lye water. Let me put that in the sink. Now usually when I do this, I do it and go away and come back once it's clear. And once the fumes stop. But we're doing a heat transfer method. Right now we're at 216. Excuse me, I need to breathe. Fumes are strong in soap. That's why you mix the live water and exit. Come back once the fumes have settled down a little bit. But since we're doing a heat transfer method, things are a little bit different. Let me find one of my masks that will protect my breathing space. Yeah. There we go. It's over 200 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and pour it in. And this is when it becomes different. I'm cutting the lard into pieces and letting the heat of the lye melt it into pieces, melt it into a liquid. See how that's becoming liquid? That's just from the heat of the lye. When it's completely dissolved, then I will saponify it. As in, grab the stick blender, and y'all know what happens after that. I'm also going to go ahead and add the fragrance oil. Because when you do a heat transfer method, it's really easy to forget to put in the fragrance oil. And in case I didn't tell you, the color is Mad Mica Spicy Tomato. That's just a quicker way to break up all the bigger pieces. I remember that was solid lard. Look at that. It's already melted. It's only a couple of pieces sitting on top. And the fumes have stopped, so I can take the mask off now. Let's get these two pieces on the side. Now that that's all melted, let's go just past emulsification and then split the colors. Might help if I have the mold prepared. Now we're down to 96 degrees. Because the lye has spent its energy dissolving or melting the lard, that took a lot of its energy out, so it went from 210 degrees to 97, 90, oh, hold on, I thought it said 96. But that's within range that you want. You really want your soap between 90 to 100 degrees, ideally 70 to 80 degrees when you go to make a swirl. But since this is lard, you end up with a longer swirl time anyway, so it doesn't matter. That was fast. We have an emulsification. I think I want to go for closer to a trace. Man, that smells good. Let's make sure there's no break in the emulsification, because that can happen sometimes. Now I'm going to pour as much of this as possible into this particular cup. that's about half. Man, doesn't that look good? Check out that color. Yeah, that's starting to heat up a little. Yeah, 104. And 104. These are both 10 degrees of each other. There's a very light trace, which is what I'm going for. Oh, let me move this out of my way. We're almost filled that completely up. So let me get myself at overflow mode ready. And now we're going to pour in the meaty portion of the bacon. Up, down, low, high. Oh shoot, I meant to do an in the pot swirl, not a drop swirl. But, well, too late now. It's in there. But what I can do is a hanger tool. So that way all of the colors are swirled together. Man, that smells amazing. Well, at least I won't forget to scrape the bowl that the stick blender was in, seeing how I just knocked it over, which was a visual reminder. Yep. Let's disconnect that before I do some more damage. I still ended up with kind of an in the pot swirl because what would have been the overflow or the very top is going to have that in the pot swirl effect. Sometimes the best designs are, ooh, what did I do? And that's fine. And as you can tell, there's very little cleanup with this particular soap. Now you see how that's making a striated pattern like bacon? That's why it's called the flying pig. Yeah. Because it looks like bacon. Cincinnati is also known as pork outlets because we're famous for, you know, pigs making sausage, all of that. And the Flying Pig Marathon is a 26-mile race through Cincinnati and northern Kentucky. And it's just a fun part of our history. Yep. Oh, let's go ahead and scrape that out. All of that goodness into the mold. And now I need my chopstick. So we could put some swirls around the top there. Go. And that's the Flying Pig soap. I would say Flying Pig 2024, but since I've never listed it, I'm just going to call it the Flying Pig soap, and then all the other Flying Pigs can have the honor of being 2025, 2026, 2027, etc., etc., etc. Or Flying Pig 2, Flying Pig 3, because, yeah, right now, this is the premiere. Scoop up that little bit of overflow, as you can see. Now, let me change gloves, because these are a mess. And then I'll give you a flyby so you can see what it looks like. That's another thing about the heat transfer method. Basically, the soaps go fast when you do that. I I don't have to spend 30 minutes just getting the soap prepped before I saponify it, because I just use the heat from the lard to melt the heat from the lye to melt the lard. And then we went from there, as you could tell. Most of it was just waiting for the melt to happen. Okie dokie. Now, come here, be as gentle as possible, so I don't make nobody dizzy. Is that gorgeous or what? Now tell me, does this look like bacon to you? If you go by the colors. Whew. That's my flying pig soap. This has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My soaps look... No, People7 on Blue Sky and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My soap's located at PurpleButterfly-soap.myshopify.com. My blog, PurpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye now. My flying pig. Does it look like bacon? It certainly smells like bacon. I guarantee. It smells like Maple Glazed Bacon. That's the name of the fragrance oil. It smells dead on it. The color is actually spicy tomato. The soap will discolor to a light tan. So I didn't put any titanium dioxide because that would have gave me a stark white. So, yeah. Can't wait to cut this open to show you. In the meantime, I'm going to take a picture of it. And y'all have a wonderful day.